intentions. And so I've been in the biohacking world for the better part of 10, 15 years with a lot of gadgets, toys, and instruments that really help our health and consciousness. And this one I came across, the BioCharger. How many have seen the or heard of the BioCharger before? Those that are newcomers. Okay, and I'll give a little intro to the BioCharger. It's a Tesla coil with pulse magnetics and some noble gases that are lit by the pulse magnetics. So we are getting flickering lights as well as pulsed sounds as well as pulse magnetics that are helping our health, right? They are frequencies that are health healing frequencies, depending on the recipe we choose. Some of them are spiritually based, some of them are actually health, like telomere lengthening, chakra cleansing, good digestion, detox. So there's a lot of recipes in the BioCharger, and so it runs between 5 and 50,000 hertz. And so those of you that are sensitive will feel it. It's never hurt anyone. It can kind of course through the body. Otherwise, you may feel we'll be running a recipe that isn't too hard hitting. It's more of a spiritual recipe tonight. We're going to run the violet flame. So Saint Germain's violet flame recipe tonight. Yeah, so that's kind of sweet.
Happy about that.
And we'll set a collective intention before we hit the button. And that recipe is 15 minutes. And we'll be in the state of prayer. It's a meditation, an active meditation on our heart for these 15 minutes, where we'll be elevating that intention, grounding in that intention, making it happen here and now. And so I want to introduce Steven and Steffen, our world-class musicians tonight that just take us, they'll have us levitating, some of us, because they really take us up a few octaves. Yeah, it's really beautiful stuff, and it's always just a flow state, if I'm not mistaken, right?
We never know where we're going exactly. Yeah. We're just kind of taking the ride. And that's the beauty of doing this here, is that we get to ride with you in the moment. We're making it up as we go, and we're kind of being played by the angels. And so it's like we connect up, we say our prayer, and then we begin and take the journey. And you can be free to go anywhere you want to go. And we'll promise to bring you back.
Yeah. Just a matter of letting go. Right?
I want to say one more thing. It's so awesome to have people here from all over the world. And also, we are global right now in this performance and this event. We are global on the internet. So you are representing the physical form, and then we have that greater collective form that's out there too. So I just wanted to acknowledge that, because we kind of got to do this to keep the planetary collective vibrating at the right pace. And just keep it going wherever you go, whatever you say, whatever you do, keep doing that. And we're going to succeed. We've been talking about it. It's in the air. We know that something is changing big time. And there's one side that wants it to be all about war, and there's the other side that wants it to be about enlightenment. So you got to choose, inside. What are you attracted to, really? Why did you come here? That's a big one. So give yourself that acknowledgement, and
beautiful. Thank you, Steven.
We'll journey together.
It is all about consciousness, and that's no doubt that you are here because you are in that plane, you are in that octave, you are in that frequency of lifting the consciousness. And so we'll have a little more on that toward the end. Right now, I will mention if cell phones could be off or on airplane mode. If you do need to use the restroom, they're over this way. And as the BioCharger finishes up, before Steven and Steffen goes on, that's a good time if need be. And that's because we want to keep a closed, quiet container for the most part. And if you need to, later on for any reason, just kind of keep it on the quiet, that's all. We do a little bit of vocal toning just as we hit the button, and this just helps our respiratory fitness. They're the vowel sounds of the Phoenician alphabet, so just follow our local lead. And this is helping our respiratory fitness, it's helping our vagal tone, it's helping us drop into that 0 point a little bit easier. So with that, we'll set an intention. And we are going to run violet flame, so maybe a good intention to ask the support of worldwide humans in lifting consciousness, and to bring in Saint Germain, Archangel Michael here to support the planetary growth, to support humanity's growth, to help us decrease that veil, right, where we can tap in those that are ready into source energy, right, and to help awaken and bring about this shift. And so with that, we'll take a big breath in through the nose. And the last one. And now with joy and gratitude in the heart, maybe a smile in the inside, a smile on the outside. We're calling in Archangel Michael and the other angels and Saint Germain to help with planetary shift and the lift in human consciousness. Thank you for your service in the quantum field. Please relax, make yourself comfortable. Steven and Steffen take us up into the mystical realm.
We'd like to call in Master Saint Germain. Please come here, bring your presence here to us tonight so that we might feel the violet flame and be able to transform and transmute our karmic path with that energy. Thank you for being the Master Kohan of the violet ray. And we know that that is the frequency that everyone needs. Thank you for inviting us to play. Would their souls be content and cry? Cry for the land, cry for the people, cry for the land that was taken away. And yet you'll find Hawaii.
sing songs of love and laughter. Really, really, really living the dream. Fly so high into the blue sky, and together we will sing, yeah. Songs of loving and laughter, and dream.
Time to gather your particles. Come on back here to this place, the vortex of Sedona. Take your time. Take some deep breaths. Wake up. When you're ready, sit up.
Or not.
Thank you, Steven. Thank you, Steffen. It was magical, as always.
We thrive on radical.
Yeah.
Every note we don't know.
Would anybody like to share any experience they might have had while we went on the journey? Anybody have an out-of-body experience they want to share about? Maybe Saint Germain came, grabbed you, and took you away to one of his retreats. We asked for that. Yeah, this is a special time here. Lots of changes. We all have so many things going on all at once. It's really nice to take a moment like this and actually totally let go and come back. We are back, aren't we?
It's tough after 45 minutes of being floating around to come into the world of language sometimes.
Yeah.
I always offer, come back to those that want to serve regularly in the quantum field. We call it the quantum field, the space, right? The mystical realm. Religiously, nightly, every night at 9 p.m., we have something called universal prayer. It's non-denominational. It's just lifting human consciousness, much like we did here for 15 minutes. We're in our heart space for 15 minutes, 9 p.m. No matter where you are in the world, it's just right there. And there's thousands of people, if not tens of thousands of people around the world doing this. And this is just a way to serve before you go to sleep for 15 minutes, put you in that parasympathetic space, serve at a higher level, helping to lift human consciousness. And that's what it is. It's just really a deep heart-based meditation where you're in that space of joy and love, raising the vibration of yourself, family, and others. And so we welcome you there every night at 9. I've been doing it for 20 years. I think the rest of my family's been in that close to 10 years. And it's not something I've made up. It comes from Sri Ramchandra consciousness out of Hyderabad, India. But it is, again, non-denominational. What else? Does anybody, I will offer it out again to anyone who had an experience or came back with a word of wisdom or an epiphany